Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mihir Shah once again with another video. In this video, we are going to solve October 2019 University question paper under the subject Strategic Financial Management. This is the part 2 of a video series solving this particular paper of October 2019. We have already solved question number 2. Now in this video, we are going to start with solving of question number 3. So let us see how to solve the following questions.
Okay, now let us read the next question. Question number 3A. Victoria Limited furnishes the following information from which you are required to compute the PV and suggest which project to be selected. They are giving you project AB and project XY. Okay, now the easiest way to understand is check what data has been given. In the data, they are giving you probability. The moment probability will be given, okay, and they're asking you to find, compute the PV, that's like the present value thingy, okay. Remember, whenever probability is given, okay, and then they ask you to compute the best PV as suggest which one is the best one, or they ask you to find which is the more riskier, then in both the cases, remember, you will have to find, you will have to basically find the in our case there will be the NPV also you'll have to find, because they ask you to find the present value, and along with that you'll also have to find something called as standard deviation and coefficient of variation. Okay, so now let us see how to solve this particular sum. There are two projects, so first we'll start with project AB, the first one. So I'll write here project AB. They have given you years, the cash flow after tax and probability. So I'll write here first cash flow. I'll keep it as X. The values are, okay, the values are 8,000 for the first year, 9,000, 12,000, 13,000 and 18,000. The next is probability, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.2 and another 0.2. The total comes to always 1. Okay, the next I need is X into P. So we will multiply them. I get that as 800, 1800, 3600, 2600 and 3600. The total is nothing but X bar, which is 12,400. Now the estimate, they are asking you to find, required to compute the PV and suggest which project is selected. Okay, so in that case, okay, the estimated, I'm writing here, the estimate NPV or PV is rupees 12,400. Okay, now we go ahead to check which one is a better one. Whenever they ask you which one is a better, we'll always find the standard deviation. The more riskier is the, if we'll find the risk, and the one which is less riskier will be basically selected. Okay, so next will be X minus X bar. Okay, so it is 8,000 minus 12,400, that will be negative 4,400. 9 minus 12 is negative 3,400. Next will be negative 400, then it will be 600, and then it will be 5,600 positive. Got it? Now we need the next column, it will be X minus X bar the whole square. So in order to find the square, 4,400 ka square will be 193 crores and 19 crore 36 lakhs. Okay, 19 crores 36 lakhs. So now what will happen here, if it's up to us now. If you want to take the whole thing, we can take with the whole value, or if you want to shorten up, we can cut down the zeros, and accordingly also we can solve it, because all the numbers are in huge. Okay, all the numbers are big. So if I take 600 ka square also, I'll get that 4 zeros cut down. 4,000, okay, 4,400 ka square is also 4 zeros. 5,600 ka square is also having 4 zeros. So what we'll do here is we will cut down those 4 zeros. Okay, so I'm writing here 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros have been cut down so that it fits, the number doesn't become big. So 4,400 into square it, so it will become 1936, and then 4 zeros after that. So there are 19 crore 36 lakhs. Okay, same way 3,400 ka square is 11 crore 56 lakhs, so 1156. 400 ka it will be 16, 600 ka 36, and 3136. And last, probability into x bar the whole square. So 0.1 into 1.91936 will give you 193.6. Next, it will give you 231.6. Next will give you 4.8. Next is 7.2, and the last value will be 627.2. When I total it up, it will come to 1064. Okay, once we found that, now I can find the standard deviation, which is the square root of 1064, which comes to 32.62. Okay, and lastly we need to find the coefficient. So the coefficient of variation, the formula is standard deviation upon x bar. The standard deviation was 32.62, x bar was 12,400. So when you divided, we got the value as 0.0026. Now that's the first value. Now we'll have to find for the second one also same way. So we have project xy. Again we'll have x, p, x into p. Then we'll have x minus x bar the whole square, and it will also have those 4 zeros cut down because it's in the similar range. Okay, the values are given as 22,000, 21,000, 17,000, 15,000, 12,000. Probability is 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, everywhere is 0.2. You multiply. Okay, ठीक है, तो we'll multiply 22,000 into 0.2, which comes to 4,400. 21,000 into 0.2 is again 4,200. 17,000 into 0.2 is 3,400. 15,000 into 0.2 is 3,000, and 12,000 into 2 is 2,400. We will total it up. So 4,400 plus 4,200 plus 3,400 plus 3,000 plus 2,400 comes to 17,400. So my estimated NPV is 17,400 rupees. Now x minus x bar. So 22,000 minus 17,400 is 4,600. Okay, I will square it up. So 2116, 4 zeros less, and then the same value 2116 I will multiply with the probability of 0.2. So I'll get the total also together in one shot. Okay, so now next, 21,000 minus 17,400, which comes to 3,600. The square of that will give you 1296 into the probability. So 1296 into 0.2 will give you 259.2. Next, 17,000. Now 22 minus 17 minus 17,400 gives you negative 400. Okay, so 400 ka square will be positive, so it will become 16, and 16 into 0.2 will give you 3.2. Next is 15,000 minus 17,400, which is negative 2,400. The square of that will give you 576. Okay, and then that 576 into 0.2 gives you 115.2, Last is 12,000 minus 17,400, which is 5,400 negative. We square it, I get the value of 2916. 2916 ka into 0.2 if I take, it will be 583.2. Okay, so 423.2 plus 259.2 plus 3.2 plus 115.2 plus 583.2. When we add up, we get the value of 1384. So that standard deviation is the square root of 1384. So when we find the square root, we get the value as 37.20. Lastly, coefficient of variation will be standard deviation upon x bar. Standard deviation was 37.20, x bar was 17,400. So 37.20 divided by 17,400, we get the value as 0.0021. Okay, the first one was 0026, and this is 0021. So among the two, AB is much more riskier. Okay, therefore project XY should be selected. Why? The NPV is also greater and the risk is also less. So that's my final answer. Okay, so this is how you all had to solve the sum based on question number 3A. Okay, so we found the NPVs also, the PV they had asked us, and which one is the better, the less riskier will always be the better among the two. Okay, so this is how you all had to solve question number 3A. I hope everyone have understood. Okay, now we'll jump to the next question, question number 3B. Okay, now question number 3B reads out as HD Limited furnishes the following information. Investment limit is rupees 70 lakhs, meaning that is the limit which you cannot cross. Project PQRS is given, outlays are given, NP is also directly given. Project Q and R are mutually exclusive, they cannot come together. Okay, none of the project can be delayed or undertaken more than once, so no repetition is allowed. Suggest the most feasible combination. Okay, now whenever such kind of question is given, now always we will assume that the projects are whenever they tell you no, they are exclusive, mutually exclusive and all. So always remember, we should assume that they are indivisible. So first I will write here, assume that projects are indivisible. Okay, if the projects are indivisible, okay, now we'll start with various options. Option 1, okay, columns will be like, we'll have the projects, we'll have the initial outlay, and we'll have the NPV. Okay, so I'll just make a column kind of. Okay, this is like my first option. So under our first option, always try picking up those projects which gives you the highest NPV, but also consider the price in it, the investment factor. Now the entire, if you see in all the 4 projects, project P has the highest NPV. So what if I'm using project P? The outlay is 50 lakhs and the NPV is 20 lakhs. But out of 70 lakhs, 50 lakhs is already been used. So now I'll have to find out I have to make a combination with something which does not cross 70 lakh basically. So what if I take P and Q? Q is outlay is 10 lakh and NPV what they're getting is 9. Okay. If I take up any more project, it will become more than 70, which cannot happen basically. So basically this is 60 lakhs and I'll be getting 29 lakh NPV here under my first option. If I choose a second option, let's say second option, let's say I take R and S. R is 35, S is 32, which gives you 7.2 and 6.4. The total goes to 67 lakhs, and this will become 7.2 plus 6.4, which gives you 13.6 ka NPV. If I go for another option, let's say if I can make up any other option along with that. Let's say if I take QR, if I take QRS, that goes above 70. So let's say if I take Q and R, but now see, I cannot take Q and R because they told you Q and R are mutually exclusive. So basically, if I join with any other, so if I take Q and S, so that can happen. So I'll take now Q and S. Q is 10, S is 32, the total of which is only 42. And this is 9 and S is 6.4. So 9 plus 6.4 is 15.4. But again, it cannot. So these are the only three options which we can find feasible enough. Okay. So if I check from the three, which is the best one? The highest NPV is only in option 1. Therefore, I'll write here. Therefore, option 1 is best and should be selected. That's it. Okay. Very simple sum. 70 lakh was the limit, so we do not have to cross more than 70 lakhs. Okay. And see that the highest NPV gets rewarded. Okay, so this was question number 3B. Okay, so I hope everyone have understood that. Now we'll jump to the next one. Question number 3C. Okay, now let us see question number 3C. The question reads as Mohan Limited is considering investment in one of the three mutually exclusive project X, Y and Z. The company cost of capital is 15% and the risk-free interest rate is 10%. Income tax is going to be 34%. Mohan Limited has gathered the following information of the cash flow with risk index. Now this is the main. Whenever risk index is given, now let us see how to solve sum when risk index is given. Okay, initial investment is given, cash flow is given, and then they are giving you the risk index. Okay, so remember, whenever risk index is given, we'll have to find risk adjusted discount rate. Okay, so let us see the formula. So now we have project X, we have project Y, and we have project Z. Okay, so I'll just get this thing down. Yeah, project X, project Y, and project Z. The very first thing we need to find is the risk adjusted discount rate. Formula will be RF, risk free return, plus into the bracket RI, that is risk index, into cost of capital minus risk free return. Okay, now that is the formula, very first thing you have to use. Now for X, the risk free return given in the question is 10. So for all it is basically 10 plus the risk index given is 1.8 for X, so 1.8 into cost of capital given in the question is 15%, so that is 0.15, and risk free is 10%, so I'll take it at 0.10. Okay, so if I solve this part, it will become 0.15 into 0.1, sorry, minus into 0.1 into 1.8, that gives you 0.09. Okay, now since RF is 10%, so I'll take this as 0.10. Okay, so when you solve this part, you will get 0.10 plus 0.09, which comes to 0.19, which is nothing but 19%. Okay, so in our case, in the first case for X, you'll have to take the PV factor of 19%. Okay, so this will be basically for X. Now what we'll be doing, same way, let us now find the risk adjusted discount rate. The formula is risk free return plus risk index into cost of capital minus risk free return. Again, risk free return was 10%, so 0.10 plus the risk index of Y is 1. Cost of capital was 0.15 minus 0.10. Okay, so this is nothing but this is 0.05, so the total comes to 0.15, which is equal to 15% for y. And same way for z, it will be r is equal to rf plus ri into cost of capital, cost of capital minus rf. So 0.10 plus, now the risk index is given as 0.60 into 0.15 minus 0.10, that will become 0.10 plus 0.03, which comes to 0.13, which is nothing but 13%. Okay, so once we have got the risk-free returns, I mean the discounting factor, now we can easily solve and find the NPV under all the situations. Okay, so under X, first the columns will be years. So if you look carefully, there are 4 years given to us. So year 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next will be my cash inflow. The cash inflows, now everything is in lakhs, so we'll convert everything in the lakhs. Fine. So 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakhs. So I'll write here in lakhs. So it will be 5 lakhs in all the years. 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakh. Now PV factor will be at 19%. So how to calculate that? 1 divided by 19, sorry, it will be 1 divided by 119%. So the first value will be 0.8403, then into equal to, you'll keep getting all those values, okay, for the subsequent year. So the value for the first year is 0.8403, next is 0.7062, next is 0.5934, next is 0.4987. Okay, now I'll multiply both and I'll get the present value ka amount. So that comes to 4.2, 3.53, 2.97. Okay, so I'll just multiply 5 into 0.8403, that is 4.2, 5 into 0.7062, 3.53, then it is 5 into 0.5934 is 2.97, and 5 into 0.4987 comes to 2.49. When I add it up, I get the total value as 13.19. Therefore NPV is nothing but my total PV minus the initial investment, which was 1,20,000, that is 1 in lakhs, right? It is there is a small error. Okay, it's not 1,20,000, it's supposed to be 12 lakhs in the question. Okay, so supposed to be 12 lakh, because see the subsequent values are 12 lakh, 10 lakh and 15 lakhs. Okay, so it is 12 lakhs. So in lakhs, so it is, this is complete 12. Okay, so 13.19 minus 12 lakhs will give you 1.19 lakhs. So this was of X. Same way we'll start with Y now. Okay, so what I'll do is, just for you all to distinguish, I'll just darken this line so we know, there is a proper distinction between all the 3 columns. Okay, so same way for Y, we have years 1, 2, 3 and 4. We have cash inflows 5 lakh, 4 lakhs, again 5 lakh and 3 lakh. We have PV factor, now this is at the rate of 15%, so that comes to 0.8696, 0.7561, 0.6575, 0.5718. We multiply, we will get the PV, that comes to 4.35, 3.02, 3.29, 1.71, the total of which will come to around 12.37. Again, NPV is equal to total inflow minus outflow. Outflow is 10 lakhs. So when you subtract, you get the value as 2.37. And lastly, same way for the Z, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4. Cash inflow is 4 lakh, 5 lakh, 6 lakhs and 10 lakhs. Okay, the PV factor is at the rate of 13%, so that is 0.8850. 0.7831, 0.6931 and 0.6133. You multiply, we'll get the PV 3.54, 3.92, 4.6 and 18.19. We total it up, total comes to around 18.19. Therefore NPV will be 18.19 minus the initial investment of 15 lakhs, which comes to 3.19. Now among the three, which is the better option? Okay, Z as the better option, so it will be select project Z. Okay, so this is how you had to solve question number 3C. Okay, so I hope everyone have understood how to solve question number 3A, B and C from this particular question paper. Okay, so with that we will be ending this video here. Stay tuned for the other video in which we will be solving the next question number. Thank you.